One of the most important characteristics of any data platform is performance. Every vendor claims to have the best performance at the lowest cost. But how do you evaluate performance across platforms? In this video, I will show you how to run a performance benchmark defined by the Transaction Processing Performance Council, or TPC. Specifically, we will run the TPC-DI benchmark, where the DI stands for data integration. It covers the process of building a data warehouse by performing ETL operations. This includes combining data from multiple sources and loading it into a unified data model. You can run this benchmark in your own Databricks workspace and experience it for yourself. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. I am logged into my Databricks workspace where I have access to create clusters. The first step is to add the repository where this code is hosted. I can do that by going to Repos and then selecting Add Repo. You can copy and paste the repository URL from the video description. Note that the repository name is dataestate-benchmarks and click on Create Repo. I can now navigate to this repo and open the notebook by going to dataestate-benchmarks, TPC-DI, Databricks, Source, and I'm going to open this TPC-DI Driver notebook. The next step is to connect this notebook to a running cluster. I'm going to choose this preferred shared cluster, but you can choose your own. And I'm going to just click on Run All to run this notebook. Now this runs very quickly. What it does is it basically gives you this drop-down menu for the workflow type. I'm going to choose the core Delta Live Tables pipeline, which is one of the 4 flavors of the pipeline that's available. And I'm going to then scroll down and choose this cell and run it, basically the Run Workflow Builder step. This will take a few seconds and it will generate a workflow which you can access by clicking on this link. You can now run this workflow by clicking on Run Now. Once you do that, you can sit back and watch as it runs through the whole process, including generating benchmark data, creating the target tables, and loading the data into them. I sped up the video by a few minutes, and the workflow has now completed successfully. You can watch what happened under the hood by clicking on the job run to see the underlying processes. You can drill into the Delta Live Tables pipeline to get a view of all the tables that were created as part of this process. Your data warehouse is now fully built. You can now switch to the SQL persona to begin exploring this data. This is a sample query that visualizes the row counts of the tables generated. You can write your own queries by exploring the tables and columns in the query editor. So in just a few minutes, you saw how you can build and populate the TPC-DI data warehouse. It is possible to run this workflow at different scale factors and measure performance by querying the metadata generated. I invite you to try this yourself using the links in the description. Thank you for watching.